Kazakhstan crowdfunding. History of success of the Kazakhstan businessmen. World news. Analysis of the mobile commerce market in the Republic of Kazakhstan. The Kazakhstan news. Crowdfunding, or public financing. This is the name of the collective cooperation of people in raising funds for achieving common goals. Today, the most popular international crowdfunding platforms are Kickstarter and Indiegogo. Annually on these platforms, start-uppers from around the world collect more than $2 billion. For Kazakhstan, the idea of crowdfunding is not new. The great step, crowdfunding, was known even before it became mainstream in the West. In the blood of Kazakhstanis, such an idea flows like an asar. This is mutual assistance. In our difficult time, it will be very useful when people will help each other to develop their businesses, their ideas. I think this will help in the development of small businesses in Kazakhstan. The first crowdfunding site appeared in Kazakhstan in 2014. People were talking about it a lot, hoping that it will become popular, but it did not work. In the wake of this project, 4 more failed. Due to a series of setbacks, a small lull is set in on the Kazakh market for public finance. This stopped last year when 2 platforms at once loudly declared themselves. The crowdfunding platform Starttime KS was opened in November 2016. However, the portal officially started 6 months later. During this time, the developers, employees of a large Kazakhstan investment company, studied the demand for their products, analyzed the behavior of investors, and worked on the errors. As a result, the most effective system of cooperation with users was established here. As soon as the author registered, he signed a contract with us. We approved his launch. He gets access to the general public, and on the same day, the mailing database sends information about the start of a new project. This is also a very good advertising tool, thus people who registered on the platform will learn about the new project. Platform users are offered to place their ideas in 10 categories. Society, fashion, and charity are among them. Several projects are already operating in these areas. If they collect the necessary amount, then 15% of the fees will remain in the crowdfunding platform. Thus, monetization of the portal is carried out. According to the rules of crowdfunding, the author has the right to choose a period of 30 to 90 days. He must collect the sum he needs during this period. If he collects the amount of more than 50% of the sum, that means the author is successful. For now, 10 projects are registered on the platform. 3 of them successfully completed the training camp, including DNA Code, Knitwear, Kazakhstani brand of handmade knitted clothes. According to the head of the team, Diana Utimisova, this brand has the spirit of the steppe soul and the beauty of Kazakh women. We have reached a sum of 1,141,000 tenge thanks to the people. I believe that this is a huge proof that our project is interesting and that this platform really works. Artyom Abishev and Mikhail Sherbakov, another participants of the crowdfunding platform. With the help of people's funding, they want to assemble the first Kazakh race car for the Lotus 7. And for this, the guys have all the necessary skills. On weekdays, they sort out aggregates and units of their cars. At the weekend, sharpen the skill of drift. It was just a civil atmospheric car in a good body. We've improved all the tech characteristics. We've installed gearboxes, changed the chassis, made it harder. Respectively, the power of this car has increased. Sometimes tuning for a car costs huge money. Realization of a new project will cost Almaty tuners about 3,800,000 tenge. It's worth assembling the Zero race car for the competition. This is a calculated engineering design that anyone who wishes can build. It is very common in the West. This machine is for a competition like a golf club for a game, or a bowling ball that is used by a person on a weekend. A person who hones its skills on a simple design that is easy to maintain and service. After successful fundraising, all the depositors, depending on the amount of the donation, are promised valuable prizes. The most important of them is the possibility to run a sports car on the circuit in Almaty. According to experts, the implementation of such large projects speaks not only of the image of the crowdfunding platform, but also about the reset of the ancient Kazakh tradition of the Asar in version 2.0. In the 1990s, a whole galaxy of successful startups grew up in Kazakhstan. One of them is Segway Bisikiev, the head of a group of companies engaged in production and implementation of operational and technological communications for industrial enterprises. Recently, a creative meeting with Segway took place in Almaty, where he presented his new book. In his book, Segway shares a secret of how to create a successful business from the start and to unite around yourself a strong team of like-minded people. By the way, this publication sold thousands of copies and became a bestseller. My book is about being happy. It's about people who are not managers, not businessmen, but ordinary people. In order to be happy, you can be the best lawyer, the best logician, the best one or another dentist or farmer. The book tells the story of the life of a simple boy from the Kustanai Aul. Tempering in the difficult conditions of the life of the 90s, Segway began to learn tough principles in his work from a young age. Therefore, in the conditions of the economic crisis, despite the lack of capital and the necessary connections, he achieved the set goals. When he told me something like, "Yura, we will earn a lot of money," I thought, what are you talking about? What kind of money in the beginning of your career? We have only 3 people. According to the author of the book, the formula for success is the main issue of all conferences and forums with his participation. However, a person can find a solution to this question only himself. In doing so, there are mandatory ingredients for success that can be described in 3 areas: plan your life while others live aimlessly, work while the others sleep, act while others doubt. When we started to enter international markets and when distributors from other countries started to arrive, then I realized that you can create world-class products and be a leader in this field in a niche. Do not try to play at all markets. Engage in at least one area, but be number 1 in it. At the creative meeting with Segway Bisikiev, there were other well-known Kazakh managers. And in one voice they said, in order to succeed, it is necessary to dream. Write down your dreams. Plan a business roadmap. Feel free to consult and act contrary to all circumstances. The Airwheel company has developed a saddle segment. The seat for convenience of the user is installed on the shock absorber. Due to this, the unpleasant sensations and shaking during driving on bad roads are greatly reduced. In addition, there is a special rubberized footboard near each wheel, so that it would be more convenient for the user to place his legs there. The Segway is made in a firm white-orange color scale with black inserts, tires, rubber linings on a wheel and the bottom part of a seat. When assembling the Segway, in general, alloys of aluminium and magnesium were used. Of these, the entire supporting structure is assembled, as well as the wings over the wheels. The steering column is made of polycarbonate. The chair is trimmed with natural leather. Specialists of this company, together with scientists from the University of Sheffield, have developed a programmable robot satellite, Mira. Outwardly, he looks like a pet. Mira has 6 senses. He reacts to the force of pressing to a bright light. In addition, the robot has stereo vision and acute hearing. Mira also uses sonar, like bats and dolphins, to explore its habitat. Onboard sensors help him not to fall off the table or slide down the stairs. Without a phone as without hands. 65% of Kazakhstanis use smartphones every day, the number of which has long exceeded the number of stationary computers. Therefore, it is logical that all the know-how in this sphere automatically becomes a trend. One of these latest trends is mobile commerce. The principle of its work is easily revealed in 2 sentences. It will be enough just to have a phone with you, without a need to carry a purse, to carry cards, or to carry cash. Just have a phone from which you can pay everything. Today, the mobile payment market in Kazakhstan is estimated at 9,300 million tenge, which is only 4% of all electronic sales in Kaznet. However, these indicators are sufficient to identify the three most popular mobile services in the country. In the first place, telecommunications, bills for the internet, cable television, telephone communication. On the second, online games. The top three most popular mobile commerce services in Kazakhstan are network companies. Recently in Kazakhstan, another mobile service was officially launched, the withdrawal of cash from the balance of the phone. The project was implemented within the framework of a consortium of 4 Kazakhstani companies. Withdrawal from the balance is the first step, I think. Then we have to go towards payment from the balance, including payment from postal services. The future must go in this direction in order to be competitive tomorrow. It's a startup for us, and we welcome this kind of startup and will continue to develop it. You can take cash from the balance of the phone in 2 ways. The first one is through an ATM. To do this, you must select the operation Cash Withdrawal from the balance, enter the confirmation code and the amount. After the security system checks the entered data, the ATM will give out cash. We have seen there are operations of card to card. Therefore, we worked on the fact of using an electronic wallet as a source of funding. That is, the B line is the mobile balance to give the possibility of withdrawal of money both to the card and ATM and mail from it. Probably these are 3 such fundamental pillars that cover the topic of all transactions. The second way to withdraw cash from the balance of the smartphone is to use mail services. Namely, you need to come to the post office, present your identity card, give the phone number, and a confirmation code will be sent to your number. It must be presented to the postal operator. Today, leading technology companies of Kazakhstan are working on a new product in the field of mobile payments. It is about the possibility of paying for goods using QR codes, so-called 2-dimensional barcodes with encrypted information. What will be the effect of the introduction of this technology in Kazakhstan? We learn very soon. The launch of services for payment of goods using QR codes is scheduled for the end of 2017. Startup Dictionary. Elevator pitch literally means presentation in the elevator, exposure of the essence of the project to the investor in a very brief form, in about 30 seconds. Tech Control, Messenger for Retail. Nikita Akulov, the General Director of the Internet Store. Work experience in strategic and operational consulting. Specialization, e-commerce. Review for the startup, Buy Me. Buy Me is a Kazakhstani WhatsApp for retail trade with the possibility of payment by correspondence.
Если в таком формате запускать этот проект, то, вероятно, он будет иметь успех, потому что в мессенджере гораздо...
If you run the project in this format, it is likely to be successful. In the messenger, it's much easier to reach the supplier, find out some questions that interest the buyer. In many ways, trading floors now combine their site with a pop-up dialog box. It is possible that in the future, the messenger will be the main one. The trading platform will be secondary.
Возможно, в будущем главным будет мессенджер, да? То есть торговая площадка уже вторичная. Мне кажется, что объем инвестиций немного недооценен. 3 миллиона тенге, на мой взгляд.
The volume of investments, in my opinion, is not underestimated a little. 3 million tenge is an optimistic view on how much money you need to develop a messenger. Because besides the fact that you need to write code, a lot of money will go into marketing so that people know about this trading platform, so that businessmen want to place their goods there. People started buying goods there from this messenger as from a trading platform.
Чтобы люди начали покупать с этого мессенджера, как с торговой площадки. Когда-то говорили, что рынок планшетных компьютеров, да, никогда...
Once they said that the tablet PC market will never be popular. However, we know that history tells us the opposite. In principle, the same can happen with a messenger. Now it's hard to say how many people will use it. This messenger will essentially be an aggregator from 2 sides. An aggregator of goods and services on the one hand and customers on the other. And it will be necessary to interest not only customers who will come to this messenger to buy something, but also people who want to put their goods there.
В этот мессенджер, чтобы что-то покупать, но и людей, которые захотят поставить это все это.
The Darbazaar.kz platform claims the status of Kazakhstan's Amazon. On this resource, domestic entrepreneurs get their own online store with well-established processing and logistics. The site has already passed beta testing and today works in full force.